welcome you to this 2020 edition of the Beaujolais Nouveau in this wonderful setting, which is the French ambassador's residence, and for which we thank wholeheartedly His Excellency and his dear wife for welcoming us tonight. The Beaujolais Nouveau is it's a tradition in France, which probably dates back more than a century ago, where the Beaujolais Nouveau it's a wine that comes from the Beaujolais region in France, and it's a Gamay grape, and it's a wine that has been fermented for just a few weeks. So it's a very young wine. It's a wine that you like to taste for its sometimes fruity, sometimes flowery taste. And the tradition around this wine is that just after a few weeks of fermenting, there's a date that is set everywhere in France and everywhere around the world, which is the third Thursday of November. So it falls this year on the 21st. And on that day, at midnight, you open the Beaujolais Nouveau. So there's a race around the world, literally, to bring this wine to different markets of the world to celebrate the opening of this Beaujolais Nouveau. And so what we like to do is to make an event around this. It's an opportunity to gather around friends, to gather around partners and celebrate this day.
So, cultural relationship is not as easy because we have not enough Zambians speaking French, and I will repeat my call to Zambians: learn French, because half of Africa is speaking French, and your neighbors are partly French, like DRC or not far Burundi, Madagascar. And if you want, if young Zambians want to work abroad, if they want to work in United Nations, in all international organizations, in all companies, modern companies, business worldwide, you need to speak French. I'm sorry to say that. If you speak just English, you have a huge competition. Huge competition. It's very difficult to find a job. If you speak English and French, much better chances. If you speak English, French, and Chinese, no competition. Political relationship is perfect. Cultural relationship is very good. We have a very good image here, and you know that Africa is very much loved in France. In June there will be the start of the Africa-France season in France, and Zambian artists will be invited. And so it is easy work for me, but difficult because we have to find some French-speaking Zambian artists. And there will be this huge Africa-France conference in June next year in Paris and Bordeaux. President Lungu is invited. I hope he will come with a huge delegation. And this will be a summit between our president and the 54 heads of state and of government of Africa, but concentrating on economy. Ministers will come from all countries from Africa in the field of industry, tourism, agriculture, and so on. Mayors will come, and so on. So this will be a huge event in June, like you have the TICAD in Japan, you have the FOCAC, I think, in China. Recently you had that with Russia in Sochi, but this will be even bigger, I think, even bigger with that in France. It will be the first of its kind, very important summit, and we will showcase what we do with Zambia.
This event is the biggest, for us it's the largest event, networking event in the whole year. So you'll see it's the whole Lusaka, and not even Lusaka, everybody is here. So it's for our sponsor, because this kind of event can't be possible without our sponsors. So we have 16 sponsors, for sure. Our board members are the largest and the biggest sponsor for this event, but we are also now 14 other sponsors, and this event is a way for people to connect the whole business and all diplomatic world will be local, will be here today. So it's like an open window on everything. So I hope it will be a great success.
We've really concentrated on giving the best of the French produce we could possibly bring to Zambia, to give produce that people will enjoy. And to that effect, we've created plating which will be agreeable to most palates, as well as a buffet where people can experience some more robust French cheese and hams and cold meat flavors. We also have a beautiful art installation, which you will see best as the evening falls, which is created by a Zambian artist and reflects the colors of the grapes as well as the color of the vineyards in France. We're very excited with the concept. We think it looks beautiful. We tested it last night, and we're very confident that we're going to give a French experience to our French as well as Zambian guests this evening.
In terms of CSR, well, everybody knows the involvement of the Zambian chambers, French-Zambian chambers of commerce with the Park of Kasanka that we support also, for which we are in the board on it. It's trying to put this conservancy on the worldwide map of nature gifts that we continue to support. And I would say in terms of company itself, it's much more of CSR. It's not that visible, but it's very important for us. Bolloré, we have an associated company which is White Horse Zalawi. It's 500 trucks, which making living 1,000 just driver and turn driver. If you take then also all the technical support, is 1,300 people which are living on this company. Our company, we perform 7,000 entry into the country roughly per month, which is 7,000 trucks which are passing that Bolloré is somehow handling.
We are also committed to providing alternatives where challenges are existing in this country. So we believe in innovation and initiatives. I'm sure most of you heard the big news 2 weeks ago when we launched our first solar-powered service station in Zambia. In the current situation where we have challenges with power supply, we believe in providing alternatives and solutions. So that's an indication and a commitment that we are committed to providing solutions. So we have a station that's powered by solar, and our commitment going forward is to develop more stations that are going to use the sun to run the station. We are also offering solar products in our service stations as a way of addressing the energy issues that the country is facing. So we've got a program we call the Young Dealership Program. So this is a program that we empower people who have worked for Total for a long time in a service station. They are promoted to the level of being a manager in a service station, and after some time then we give them a loan to run their own service station with guidance from Total, and after 5 to 6 years they graduate and start running their own business. It's a scheme which no other oil marketing company doing. And we've helped a lot of young Zambians to run their own businesses.
They've trained me a lot.
So every 2 years we run what we call the Start Upper by Total. So we invite people who are below 35 years, who are start-uppers with business ideas, or people who have been running a business below 2 years. So they give us ideas on which business they want to start, and we receive a lot of applications from Zambia, and then we choose a jury which consists of business people in Zambia and professionals, and they shortlist. These young people are given an opportunity to come and pitch their business ideas, and in the end we select the 3 finalists who we support with financing. We don't just give them money there and then, so we train them using our local incubators on how to run business. So we work with them until they're able to run their business. So we're providing alternative to employment.
So we're very proud of this marathon. Well, we've invested almost $1.5 million kwacha, and if you think about it, the marathon doesn't in any way directly sell cement. It doesn't. But it's really, I think this is a very strong part of the French culture. It's about giving back. It's about doing more than just supporting your sales or your revenue, but it's creating something that's sustainable and uplifts the country and the culture that you're working in. And that means a lot to me. I'm an American by background, but I've been working for Lafarge for 15 years, and there's a clear difference in how they approach business and culture. And it's something I'm very proud to be part of. So the Lusaka Marathon we do every year. All the money that we raise, of course goes to charities. And that marathon is literally about health. It's about raising the level of health and health awareness. And as a company, it's about contributing on a bigger social level. Geocycle. So geocycle is a way that you can dispose of hazardous waste material, solid waste fuel, and we've spent about $1 million, about 13 million kwacha, to modify our cement plants to accept the usage of these materials in our kiln. So when you make cement, it's like a big oven, and you have to create a lot of heat, you need a lot of energy. Now, with that heat, you can put in dangerous materials and dispose of them very safely. And again, it's nothing directly to do with selling cement, but it's really about contributing on a higher level, on a cultural level, making Zambia cleaner, making Zambia healthier, and we take, again, a lot of pride in that.
To His Excellency, the ambassador, French ambassador. Yeah, I just want to find out from him. France has been training Zambians, I think, since the early 80s. I joined the Alliance Française in 1985, not until 1990, when I got my diploma from Paris. So I want to just find out from him. Since early 80s until now, I think to identify Zambians that can speak French fluently, like myself. Je suis convaincu l'Académie française. For the last 20 years, I think France should identify people that can speak French, because I just wanted to refer to when you mentioned the former governor, Dr. Kalipu Fundanga, when that he has a belief. He at one time challenged us that Zambians do not have people that they are able to speak French. So what are you doing about it?
I try my best, and France will try its best, but we have to do that with Zambia. And there is a project of creating a new partnership between the two ministries of foreign affairs, Zambia and France, and there will be a cultural side of it, and it will be a good opportunity to discuss how both of us, hand in hand, we can restart the machine, restart the engine, because now the demography of Africa is exploding.
French capacity to assist Zambia in terms of energy sustainability, the capacity of French companies to supplement the energy deficit. I just wanted to find out, maybe just to appraise me on to what extent the capacity of the French companies can do, given the increasing energy deficit that we are seemingly likely to have between now and when the energy levels are sustained.
On energy, we can answer all needs of Zambia. We have Razelbeck working on Kariba Dam. They repair the plunge pool under the dam. And if they don't repair the plunge pool, the dam can fall. You see? This is a huge project financed by EU, and they do a very difficult job, very important job. And they do it well. It's slow, but it is a very difficult job. So we have two companies working on Kariba Dam, which is the most important source of energy of Zambia, on two very difficult aspects. Okay? Then we have, in the field of electricity, we have Neoen. They inaugurated the first solar panel plant. It was in March. They inaugurated with the president, Lungu, with the Minister of Energy, Kua. And they started to produce electricity. It's 54 megawatts. And it works well. With ESCO, and it's very useful. Then we have NG. NG, they started to do some mini-grid in Chipata province. They finished the first project, inaugurated with the Minister of Energy, working well. 300 citizens of Chitandika have access to electricity. If they wait for ZESCO, they have to wait 20 years to have the grid coming to their place. But now they have electricity for the school, for the district hospital, for vaccines and so on, medicines. We have many projects like that in the field. We have Total as a project of solar energy. I don't know if you want to mention it, Ernest, but huge project of solar energy. You have also possible a big project of windmills, which would be the first in Zambia. There is potential of windmills in Zambia, we will see. So we have also many others. We can answer all the needs of Zambia. We have experts in all the areas. There are also private projects. I cannot tell you because it is private projects which have not been mentioned so far. But in the southwest of the country, there is a huge project of hydro and so on. Then, again, windmills, hydro, solar, maybe nuclear. We are everywhere. And also in terms of expertise, capacity building, management of the electricity network, we can help also. And the last segment I would like to develop is energy efficiency. There is not enough energy efficiency here. And you can save a lot of money and a lot of energy if you have the right equipment in the offices, in the ministries, in the factories, and so on. Zambia needs a lot of energy, wants to export a lot of energy, has a huge project, but some projects are more costly than others. Some technologies are better than others, and I don't want to advertise too much for us, but our technologies are better for a cheaper price than many others.
Jimmy, could you just give us some more light on the geocycle and to what extent you have helped Zambia, clean up the environment and also reduce on the hazardous waste getting to the environment?
In Zambia, currently, there is no way, no installation to dispose of medical waste, expired seeds. You have to send it to South Africa. Sending a truck 1,000 kilometers south across the border to dispose of waste material, it doesn't incentivize people to follow the rules. So geocycle is a solution we've created. We're going to be launching it formally next year. So all the medical waste, all the chemical waste, all the bad food waste, which we don't want to get back into the communities in the country, currently all of this is being collected and disposed of at the Lafarge plants. Currently, we're doing less than 1 to 2 tons per day, but still it's material. So 2 tons of waste, of dangerous waste we're disposing, and we have a target to reach 30 tons in the next 2 to 3 months. And also, it's not very exciting yet, but carbon emissions. I don't know if all of you are aware of carbon dioxide and what it does to our communities and to our planet. So Lafarge Europe and America is very largely focused on reduction of carbon emissions. So by not burning coal in our kilns, in our ovens, and by using other materials, we dramatically reduce carbon emissions. And that's also a big focus of geocycle, using bio-friendly material to create energy. So it's got 2 very big advantages for us in Zambia from a national perspective.
The last time we met here, you briefed us on the Kasanka project, and that you had put in some money to empower the local community in terms of empowering them so that they avoid the human-animal, the illicit wildlife trade and their beneficiation from their conservation. I just wanted to find out to what extent you have gone to assist in this, the illicit wildlife trade control using the local communities.
I visited it, it's a wonderful park, it's a wonderful project financed by France, 1 million euros, and we gave 200,000 euros, the first check, in June, you were there. Since then we have had some concerns because we heard about an encroachment in the park of a private foreign investor who started a project of a game farm, hunting farm, which is not allowed normally in this game management area. And secondly, a farming project. And then we went to see Mr. Chitotela, and in front of the televisions he said the farming project is suspended. Then we are relieved, we are very much appreciative of that, because this was very dangerous encroachment on the park, on the wildlife, and because the farm would have sucked all the water of the lake, and all the wildlife would have disappeared, and the bats would not come anymore, and the tourists would never come to Kasanka. Then I hope Mr. Chitotela is coming today evening, and I hope he will bring me the written decision about it. But I know the project is suspended. Money will arrive also for the local communities, because as you said, the idea is also to educate the communities to the importance, the stake of this wildlife, and also to help them to find a better way of living than poaching or suffering from elephants crushing their culture and so on. So to alleviate this human-animal conflict, this project is wonderful. This is another component of the project, which is not only preserving biodiversity, but also promoting a new pattern of relationship between animals and Zambian living there, Zambian communities living there.
It is an honor for me to welcome you all to the 2019 Beaujolais Nouveau Wine Celebration. Je vous souhaite à toutes et à tous une belle soirée. Enjoy your evening. It is not official function. It is a private reception, but we consider it as a second National Day of France. The National Day normally is in July, 14th of July. It is also a world event because the same day, at the same hour, everywhere worldwide, we have people celebrating Beaujolais Nouveau. Half of the production of Beaujolais is drunk in this period. It means a quarter on one day and another quarter in a few weeks, okay? And the rest during the year. Beaujolais Nouveau, it means young wine. It doesn't mean new Beaujolais. It means young wine which is drunk young, okay? Vin de primeur. Beaujolais Nouveau Day is a new tradition. It started in the 70s, 50 years ago. It was started to Paris. It was a marketing trick, we must confess it. It was a good trick. And it was a race with waiters, butlers carrying bottles of Beaujolais. And it attracted attention everywhere in France. Everybody wanted to do the same, and then worldwide. We didn't organize a race here, but maybe next year we will do it. So the wine and the cheese and the sausage arrive by plane. We will have music tonight with Luce, who performed already with her band on the National Day. Natasha Evans was mentioned. You have absolutely to visit her tent, because she painted, the topic of the year and of the day is arts and flavor, and then she was inspired by the wine, and she painted kind of wine flowing on the paintings. Then, as I told her, don't leak her painting. It is not wine, it is painting, and don't throw wine to the painting, because it is very expensive painting, very beautiful painting, then it's not to be damaged, okay? Beaujolais is not a wine for wine snobs. It is very palatable, very fresh. It is popular. It is a kind of democratic tradition. And the tradition also is to say, le Beaujolais Nouveau est arrivé.
President Lungu's administration is determined to partner with all the friends, all the countries around the globe. We were invited to come and partner with us, and this evening, thank you to the French ambassador for extending the invitation to my ministry to come and share and participate and encourage that. When we are going round, I discovered that Mrs. Ambassador is a very good fan for tourism, and Mr. Ambassador is a very good fan for art and culture. So I was saying I have a complete combination in this house, that if I'm looking for a tourist, I'll come for Mrs. Ambassador. And if I'm looking for an artist who will promote culture, I'll come for His Excellency Ambassador. And as a ministry, we've condemned in motion that wherever we gather, we want to tell the people that Zambia must tell its own story. So for Zambia to tell the tourism story, we must all be tourists, including diplomats, including companies that are operating in Zambia. So Your Excellency, allow me to break protocol just to share this motto with our friends that are gathered here. So I will request that we turn to our neighbors and tell them, neighbor, I am a tourist. Are you?
Ladies and gentlemen, my message is very, very simple this evening. I like to believe some of you have heard about Luapula province. Some of you have heard about the wonderful stories of things that are happening in Luapula province. That is actually reality and it is on the ground. My message to you is to invite you to visit Luapula province. We would like you to be part and parcel of the Luapula story. The new developments taking place in Luapula province, especially those who want to invest in Zambia, those who want to expand their horizon beyond Lusaka and the Copper Belt, we believe that Luapula is going to be giving you a very good opportunity to go a step further. This coming week, we are going to be signing a very important MOU with our colleagues in the DRC, which will see the actualization and the construction of a new trade route from Lubumbashi through Luapula province, which will lead into Dar es Salaam. It is going to reduce the distance, the traveling distance between Lubumbashi and Dar es Salaam by nearly 300 kilometers. We are going to create a state-of-the-art crossing point, and it is going to rival Kasumbalesa. So for those of you who want to be part and parcel of that transformation, the time is now.